Hey, welcome into the round pen with Aequitas here today. I'm going to attempt, emphasis on attempt, to do a little bit of trimming on his feet today. And with most colts, I mostly train quarter horses and paints, I would work them 45 minutes to get them tired and then do this while they were wanting to stand still. With him, and it's the Arabian really, not so much the Stallion, I'm going to do it first. I just walked in here just now, put the halter on him. The reason I'm going to do it first because when he gets excited and starts running and his adrenaline starts pumping, then it takes him a while to calm down, and you can't get an Arabian tired. Quarter horses, I can work them hard for 10 or 15 minutes and their tongue's hanging out and they're ready to quit. You can't do that with an Arabian. So that's really nice. I'm just double checking that he'll let me rub his feet. Because that's what I've mostly been doing for the last week. It's been about a week since the last video. I have mostly rubbed him. I've picked him up a little, but mostly I just want him to be okay if I reach down there and pick it up. Rub on it, I'm sorry. So let's just see what happens. Pull out my hoof pick and see if I can pick it up here. And I really don't expect this to get a whole lot done, but if I can get a little bit done. And he's gone down on his front knee a few times, and I just kind of let him do it and act like I didn't notice. Okay. That's just him not knowing what he's supposed to do. He's not trying to be difficult. He just doesn't know how to stand on three legs, for one thing. He's never done it before. Okay. And he doesn't know how to do it. There we go. Good. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do here is turn him around so that my camera girl, which I appreciate her, can zoom in on his hoof while I'm trimming it. Let's see. And I have a smaller pair of nippers that I can kind of work with one hand. So we'll see what I can get done. And I don't, I say I'm going to try this. He's probably not going to cooperate with anything that having to do with standing in a certain place or at a certain angle. Okay. He's probably not going to cooperate, but we'll see. Okay. And while I'm working on this, I'll tell you a story how I learned this. I had a paint horse years ago, and I raised him, and he was a good horse. He really had trouble standing for the farrier. And he was fine when I did this. But anytime the horseshoer came, he'd start pulling away and being difficult. So one day I was traveling and he lost a shoe and I had to take him to a different shoer. And that guy, he's actually doing better than I expected. I told that guy, I took the horse to him and he had a barn with stalls and whatnot. So I told the guy this, and the horse was 5 or 6 years old by that time. And I said, he just has trouble standing for the farrier. He'd pull away, and he doesn't do it when I trim him. Okay. Wow, that is hard to get through, okay? He's being really good. I'm going to switch nippers and get a bigger pair. These aren't strong enough to do what I need to do. So this guy, I told him the horse had trouble standing and would pull away, and he was, pretty gentle horse and so forth. So the fellow says, bring him into the barn here. So we took him into the barn, and he pushed that horse up against the stall in the hallway of his barn, like pushed him where the horse was basically leaning against the stall. And then he just proceeded to shoe the horse, and that horse never moved. And I was amazed, and I said, what happened? He said, he was just afraid he was going to fall over. And there we go. It's his first nip. He responded quite well to that. Get back, dog. You don't belong in here. These dogs know they're not supposed to be in here. And so that really helped me understand how this horses feel about picking up their feet. Think about it. They don't stand around with their foot up. They stand around on 4 legs, and so you come in and ask them to balance on 3 legs. It's kind of a learned thing. Wow, he's doing really well. So I'm going to get a pretty good chunk off of here, I think. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but you can see that Aequitas is standing quietly. And we're in the middle of week 5 of training with this horse. And he's, in some ways, he's been harder than a Mustang. In some ways. This has been one of them. And it's just because he's scared, not because he's wanting to be difficult. So, just a minute. We're about to have a big chunk off of these. There you go. Let him take a break. So he held that foot up for a couple of minutes maybe. That's a long time for him. And he didn't try to bite me. Get out of here. That dog knows not to be in here, but they love these horse hooves. So when they see me trimming hooves, they want to come and get a snack to chew on. All right, bud, let me get this big chunk off of here. Good. Okay. So see him just trying to shift his weight, trying to find a balance point. Okay. I'm just about to get that last piece off of there, if I can. Now he's showing you his tail. Okay, almost got it, buddy. Almost got it. There we go. There's the first chunk right there off that front left foot. And he's doing great. You know, he's not panicking or getting upset or anything like that. He's trying real hard. I'm really proud of him. Boy, you can already see a difference. I'll have you zoom in on his front feet there. Look at the difference just from that one little clip off his front hoof. That's really good. That's excellent. Wind picked up there and he kind of flinched. Okay, so there. That was excellent. He kicked a little. Again, that's just him kind of losing his balance and trying to figure out how to balance on 3 legs. Good boy. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do with that for today. I'm real happy with it. I'm really happy. I want you to notice how relaxed he is. His head's not up, his ears are out to the side. He kind of looks like a half-broke mule. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, now, let's see here. Never miss an opportunity to train your horse. So he's never seen these farrier shaps before. So that's just a good opportunity for me to use them to kind of desensitize him. I think he'll be okay with them. Let's find out. And you notice I can walk up to him and I wasn't afraid he was going to kick me. I would not have done that a month ago. Not even close. Okay. So I'll show you, he's just gotten so much better. Remember I said I had 2 jobs with this horse. The first one was to teach him manners, and trimming is kind of manners, you know, teaching him how to hold his feet up and get his feet trimmed, and that's kind of manners. And then the second job, which takes a lot longer, is the desensitizing. And he's making some progress on it. Okay, so he's never seen these before. Okay. Pretty good. I'll let him follow him around. I've done this with flags, and I did it with that tarp. I'll show you in a minute. And he did okay with it. He seems fine with these. Okay. Yep, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, old son. That is pretty good. Okay. So they have a different sound that they make. Excellent. Excellent. See if he can just carry him around. So, you know, this horse needs to get used to just about all kinds of things that he's not seen before. You can make up stuff. Sometimes I use milk jugs, I can use saddlebags, I can use all kinds of things. I'm going to try some flags here in a minute. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Don't step on me. Don't step on me. Back up. Okay, now, what I want to do here is wait for him to lick and chew. There he goes. So I stopped making eye contact with him, turned my body at a 45-degree angle and went into a relaxed position with my body. So that's me telling him, hey, I relaxed, so you get to relax. All right? He's really starting to learn to watch my body intentions and respond to them, okay? Which is what he needs to learn. If I'm the herd leader, when my body tells him to move, he moves. When my body tells him to stop, he stops. So if I raise my arm and point, my body's telling him to go that way. He's learned that, okay? If my body looks at his hip, he needs to move that hip. Okay, and he moved his hip, but he didn't stop, so he missed that last part of it. So, you know, that's fine. He's not perfect yet. Okay, now my body's saying go this way. Okay. Now I'm going to tell him to do it faster. Okay, which he was a little lazy about, which I don't really mind. Okay. Now, the reason he about half ran over me is because those shaps are starting to fall off and it's scaring him a little. Whatever, I don't care if they fall off. I just want him to get used to it. But see, he's nervous a little bit. He's not overreacting. That shows me he can think this through.